Hello and welcome. In today's exciting episode, I make a dress out of these adorable fabrics with the rainbow dots. The raindrops one is my favorite.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So I have had these fabrics forever. Well, like a year now anyway, or more. Anyway, so I've got two lengths of the dots one and just 1 2-yard cut of the raindrops one. And I couldn't decide whether to use them together or use them in two separate things. Like there's enough for a shirt of the plain dots one, or two shirts, or a shirt and a small dress. But I've decided to use them together and make a sort of layer cake dress. I've also found a tiny few scraps of this one here. I wasn't sure how I would ever use it, and I ended up tearing it up into strips when I needed some more fabric for one of my patchwork dresses. So now I don't quite have enough to use in this one, but I will anyway. I managed to use 2 lengths of it and also some in the patchwork bodice. But so I wasn't sure whether these 3 would go together or not, but I thought, they're all dots. May as well make it a little bit fun. So what I decided to do was, normally when I make a layer cake dress, I tear the fabric selvage to selvage. But with this one, because it's a couple of 2-yard cuts, I did them lengthways. So these are 2 yards long. And it's a different way to do it, but you end up getting a fuller dress because it's just that tiny bit thinner, narrower. So anyway, that's the order I'm going to do them in. So I tore them into like 6 bits, but then there was a 7th really thin bit, and I'm going to use that to do the patchwork for the bodice. Because if you're tearing strips along the fabric lengthways, you can't keep enough for the full height of the bodice. That's the good thing about cutting selvage to selvage. So anyway, I'm going to do a patchwork for the bodice. So first thing I did was, there's the top tier is 4 stacks, 4 layers wide, and then the bottom tier is 4 layers wide as well. So I've finished the bottom tier totally with French seams, and it's got little circles on the bottom. And now I'm just doing the top tier. So I'm doing French seams so that the whole thing is stronger. So and the little circle ones is that's the bottom of the tier. So now that it's done, I'm going to pin the 2 tiers together and then pin them. So I just find 1/2, 1/4 and 1/8 and then do it on the same on the other one and pin them together, then pleat them down. And then I machine sewed it and reinforced it. And now this is the whole skirt. It's actually looking a little bit long. So, I just ignore that for the moment, but that'll come back to bite me in the end. So now I've got out all the spare thin strips, and I'm making a front bodice and 2 sleeves. For the back bodice, I'm just going to use the plain polka dot fabric. By plain, I mean rainbow, but, not the raindrops one. So then I sewed all my little strips together, and then I ironed them so that I could cut it properly. And this is me cutting the front bodice. Oh, I love those the raindrops ones, the sort of tear stained ones. And this is the back of the bodice, so that's plain. And there. Now I'm just going to sew the front and the back together. So I sew them at the shoulders and I sew them at the side seams. And then I also did the lining, which is just plain polka dot. Put them together and pin them at the neckline, then sew them at the 2 necklines together, the lining and the outer bodice, and clip the curve so that it sits properly when I turn it up. Then I turned it out And this is so cute. It is so darn cute. Oh my goodness. I was worried that these two wouldn't get along. Well, these three fabrics wouldn't get along. Here, I regret that the bottom bit is the polka dot and not the beautiful raindrop one. But you have to put the biggest fabric on the bottom. Otherwise, you can't really do a sleeve. So anyway, here they are. And I tried to do machine pleats on these, and it didn't really work. Spoiler alert, I end up pulling it apart and redoing it right at the end of the video. But that's what I did. I just left them at the moment because I was kind of rushing. So I pinned my puffy sleeves in. They're still cute, but they're just not perfect. I like it when my two sleeves are symmetrical. I'm old-fashioned that way. So, isn't it cute? I just love puffy sleeves, especially the tiny puffy sleeves that look like little balls or little puffer fish when they're hungry. They're so cute. Anyway, so the bodice is done. Now it is time to pin the bodice and the skirt together. So I pinned them, then I pleated it down, and I just went with knife pleats with this one. And because the prints are so busy, I just thought knife pleats might make it seem, a little less so. So here we go. And yeah, as you can see, the asymmetry of the sleeves is really bothering me. I mean, it's adorable. And if you step back a foot or two, it's fine. But yeah, I'm always going to be the one in it and looking down. So it's going to bother me. And yes, that was the side, and this is the back. I'll put the tie on in a minute, and it looks absolutely adorable when you put a tie on. Oh, I put a ribbon on the first time. It is so cute. I love this so much. It's like a 1970s Valentino dress. I love it. I just love it so much. Every now and again I make a dress and I absolutely fall in love with it, even though the sleeves aren't perfect at all. But yeah, I still love it. And then I did end up coming back and fixing it. But for now, I just took loads of footage of it because it's just so cute. I love it. But the top half of the skirt is also too long. Like it needs the second tier that's much bigger needs to kick in sooner. These are the kind of long dresses that I love, especially the Chloe one on the right. It's my absolute favorite. Like I know it's gauze, but and I prefer cotton. But I think this one is a Zimmermann one, and these ones are Christopher John Rogers, a New York designer. And anyway, yeah, so I know it's much harder to get that effect with cotton, but I think if I just shorten the first four tiers, just like increase the seam allowance on those ones, then I'll get the kick effect that I want. It's also a little bit long, which isn't a problem. You just turn up the hem a little more. But, and this is me putting the Valentino handbag on it. It's so darn cute. I absolutely love this. And yes, so let's just take another 10 shots of it, shall we? But it's so cute. But yeah, I really need to change those sleeves and just do a little bit of adjustment in that first tier of the first 4 layers of the dress so that the bottom kicks out a little sooner. And yeah, but just in general, it's so cute. It's just so cute. So here we go. I just pulled apart, unpicked the seams on the sleeves, pulled them apart, redid them, and it's like 1,000% better. They're just so cute. Oh, I love it. But it's so much better. I mean, it was already adorable, but now you can really see the raindrops, and I love that about it. And I also, yeah, as I said, I just turned the whole dress inside out, unpicked the side seam on the skirt, and just redid the seams of the French seams of the first 3 layers of the skirt, and then did them up. I couldn't really do the one with the small circles because that's such a thin layer, but the other ones I did. And it's just the tiniest amount, but I think it really makes a difference and it just kicks out beautifully. So yeah, there you go. There she is, my beautiful rainbow dress. It's so cute. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you've been inspired to use get out your difficult fabrics and finally make them into something adorable. It's so completely worth it. It did take a little while, and having to unpick those sleeves and do them again was annoying as all. But yeah, I'm so glad that I've done it. Oh, and the reason I showed you those other plain dyed rainbow layer cake dresses is that I really wanted to make one of these, but I just didn't get around to it. So yeah, maybe next month. Next month is supposed to be black and white and silver. But yeah, I think I can squeeze in a rainbow layer cake dress, because rainbow dresses are adorable. Okay, laters.